Where? Hello guys, and welcome to another review. So it's actually taken us a while for us to do this, but this is now the review of Redmi 10, a phone launched just a few months ago by Xiaomi, and we've actually managed to use this phone for about a month for us to be able to do this review, and it's actually been awesome using this phone, especially for me who is reviewing this. My name is Sam. So the design of this phone is quite awesome. I actually picked the gray one. It's actually 4 GB and 64 GB of ROM, 4 GB of RAM of course, and the body of this phone is actually very compact. The camera is quite designed well. It's very visible from a distance, and anybody who sees you holding a phone will be able to tell that this is actually a Redmi 10. It's kind of glossy, so when it's sunny, people are going to be able to see the reflection from the phone. The notch of this phone, it's notable, not that big. It has 2 speakers on the top and at the bottom. Yeah, so let's get to it. This phone comes in LCD 90Hz display, 6.5 inches, protected by a Gorilla Glass 3. That is what it brags of as of a display. The Redmi 10 comes in 181 grams, and of course it's a dual phone, just like most of the other Xiaomi phones and phones that have been produced of late by most phone companies. They come in dual nano SIM and dual standby mode. The display camera of this phone is quite small, so it's not going to disturb you or the screen. The phone also comes with a mode which allows you to save screen, so you can actually have words displayed over the screen, which was quite amazing. I liked how it looked. Having the phone in my hand has been quite an amazing experience, especially listening to music on it with the 2 speakers, one at the bottom and the other one on the top. It comes with a USB Type-C, which you can just use to charge, and actually comes with a charger skyrocketing speed, which I will talk about just a bit later. Generally, having the phone has quite been amazing. It quite fits well in my hand because I have big hands, and the fingerprint are actually on the side, which has made it easy actually for me to unlock and lock the phone. Yeah, this camera display is actually what I've fallen in love with. This one comes with a 50 megapixel AI camera. That's what it brags of, but it's actually a quad rear camera and about 8 megapixel selfie camera. Both of these cameras are able to take 1080p videos at 30 frames per second. So when the design of the phone is exposed to light, it's quite shiny. Now let's get to the most important parts of this phone. Let's just turn on the phone. As you can see, I'm holding the power button. Then it goes to... Now the phone is on. So just as I've said before, the fingerprint sensor is on the side, as you can see, but you have to put on in the button. So let me just show you. And this is quite sensitive. It also has facial recognition, which has actually worked perfectly better than my Samsung A51, which I thought was the best at it. So I'm mostly a social media guy, and this phone has actually served me so well that I was given to use it for about 2 weeks, but I ended up using it for more than a month because I just love how smooth it is with the refresh rate, the screen being so clear. So I've actually loved the experience of using social media. Now, on the box of this phone, they actually write that this phone gives you easy access to Google applications you use most. For me, I think they have optimized this phone for social media, so I love it for social media so much. That is one thing I would recommend it for, actually, for social media. So as you can already tell by now, and as you can already judge, this is a very smooth phone to use social media on, especially for me who is using 60 Hz refresh rate, because I don't think this phone is quite designed for 90 Hz refresh rate, but we'll get that to a bit later. So Facebook has been amazing. The Instagram actually gives real-time image quality. You can see like very nice images on Instagram. Let me just show you that. So you can see, just scrolling through Instagram, you can see quite amazing vision. Actually, you can see good quality pictures, and that is one thing I love this phone for. I could actually just take this phone and use it as my main phone, but as for now, let's just review this. For social media to be able to work like that, the phone needs to be a bit powerful. So this phone is actually 64 GB ROM and 4 GB of RAM. As you can see, there are some updates that I've actually not clicked on to update yet. The user interface for Xiaomi actually has changed drastically, but I've not been able to update. My internet is a bit slow at the moment, but I bet that user interface is far better than what we have right now on Xiaomi. So let's just look at generally what the phone is powered by and how strong the phone is. Can it game? Can it, just run applications, multiple applications at the same time without worry of it crashing or probably freezing? Before we get to that, let's first look at the refresh rate of this phone. This is one thing that they really bragged about when they were launching this phone. Now this phone first has dark and light mode. Most people will probably choose dark mode. I've been using this phone on light mode because I've not been able to control the applications when they are when the phone is actually in dark mode. So what has been happening is that I like my social media applications light mode. That way I get to feel a bit motivated to actually post meaningful things. Dark mode is gives a kind of dark vibe, and at the moment that is not what I was going for. So I mostly use this phone on light mode, as you can see. Now I've not removed the screen protection film that comes with a new phone. I don't know whether that's why I'm finding the auto brightness of this phone kind of weird, because I've actually only been able to use this phone on on full brightness, because the auto brightness doesn't really work for me. I like using realistic color scheme, just the normal color scheme that comes with the phone. But let me now use saturation for this review. Probably I'll find it a bit better. Now the refresh rate of this phone, it comes with 90 Hz refresh rate, which is quite high, but the moment I'm using the standard, which is 60 Hz refresh rate. Why? Because if these guys thought that this phone was powerful enough to use 90 all through, they would have probably just made it 90 and not give us the option of 60. Plus 90 takes a lot of battery, and I really want my phone to be able to use battery. So it only gives you the size of the font, doesn't give you different fonts. Yeah, there's this gesture which I'm doing that I'm using. You can just swipe to the left, to the right, and you go back up and you see the applications. And now to the favorite part of every phone that I've ever used, the platform that it's running on. Now this phone has a processor chipset of MediaTek Helio G88, comes in Android 11, MIUI 12.5, which you can actually upgrade. As you've seen, I've not actually updated this phone. Has a RAM of 4 GB, octa-core max 2.0 GHz GHz processor, Mali G52 MC2 graphics, which is quite amazing because it's actually enabled me to play games so smoothly and perfectly on this phone. The platform that's running this phone actually has managed to make it so awesome that you would not even imagine that this phone is actually going for about 19,000 in Kenya, because this phone has been able to play games so smoothly and the graphics are so awesome. Like, I've been playing PUBG on my Samsung A51 for a while, but since I got this phone, I've not used my Samsung A51 to play PUBG at all, and I've actually gone levels of playing this game. It's actually been so amazing. I've made more defeats on this phone than I've made on my Samsung. Although we say that sometimes Samsung has true colors, I think Xiaomi has really improved. Let me just get this one done. So as much as we say that Samsung has true color, I think Xiaomi is doing an amazing job and job done. Yeah, so it's quite been amazing playing games on this one. It doesn't overheat as much, although when it actually overheats on the camera, which is a worry for me because I think it's going to damage the camera, which is an AI camera. The technology is kind of different, and I'm thinking about the 50 megapixel. I feel like they could have done better to probably push on the lenses from that kind of heat, because a camera is one of the most important aspects of a phone, especially in the social media era. Now let's get to the most fun part for most guys, which is the camera. This one is going to be a bit very simple. So I'm going to use this one, Captain America, if that is right, and Batman in the background to make these shots. And then this one is a 50 megapixel actually quad camera, which comes in 50 megapixel, 8 megapixel, 2 megapixel, and 2 megapixel. I've not managed to test the selfie. Probably I took a picture with it. I'll check. So I'm comparing this to the Samsung in its default setting and a Redmi 10, Samsung A51, and you can even see, I'll share these pictures for you guys to see here at the end of this actually review. And the videos that this camera can actually shoot is, now this is the Samsung A51 and this is the Redmi 10. You can even see, because what you see is what you get. So this phone can actually shoot 1080p at 30 frames per second, which can actually be uploaded onto YouTube. Actually, this video I'm shooting it at 1080 at 30 frames per second. So these are some of the pictures that I took with this phone. I will also put up a video here so that you guys can probably just see and judge by yourself. So you can see this phone is quite amazing when it comes to taking pictures, especially at normal lighting. At darkness, sometimes it actually flashes before it takes an image, which is also quite amazing. So I generally like this phone, and I would actually, for a budget, for a phone under the price of 30,000, I would actually give me the Redmi 10 7.5, just because of the chipset, but it's still playing games perfectly. And this phone is actually going for 4GB 64GB ROM, 70,000, 4GB RAM, 128GB ROM, 19,500, and 66GB RAM, 128GB ROM, 21,500. So guys, go to our website, as you can see down here, reach us on social media, and we'll deliver this phone to you within 2 hours in Nairobi Metropolitan, and outside Nairobi within 24 hours. So thank you so much for watching. You guys keep commenting. We appreciate the support that we get from you guys. So thank you so much. Subscribe, comment, and like.